Hey, Slavic Vikings, and I live in Poland. More concretely, Warsaw. And because I don't have a car and legally can't, I have to use public transport every day, pretty much. And it so happens that my school is very far from my home, even though it's still in Warsaw. So I have to travel quite a lot with public transport. It's like almost an hour one way, so 2 hours minimum every day with public transport. And I always, sometimes when I'm bored, I look at the map. There's like this universal map in every public transport or in every metro. And this is the one you can see right here. And sometimes when I'm bored, don't have anything better to do, I just look at it and think about the, geography and how the map was made, just like out of pure curiosity. And something I like about Polish metros are the simplicity. Many countries like the UK, Denmark, have really complicated metro lines. Like they have circles, they have like 20 different ones, you can't tell the difference between trains and metros. And Poland, like you can see right here, has just 2, and that's it. I really like that. I've been driving with public transport, with metros ever since I was little, and it was easy to understand. They are planning to make new, longer lines and add extra ones, which might complicate it a bit more, but still not as much as it is in Copenhagen. Of course, the reason for this is because Poland, or should I say Warsaw, isn't as developed as the countries that have more complicated public transport systems. But still, it's a big plus, the simplicity. But a minus of this simplicity is, of course, its lack of many lines. Like, for example, I live pretty close to the center of Warsaw, but I don't have access to direct metros, like in walkable distance. So I have to take a bus to the metro, or sorry, if you're American, I think it's subway. Yeah, subway. Or no, is it subway? I don't know, it's something like that. I take the bus to the subway, and then wait, isn't Subway the restaurant? I have to check this real fast. Yeah, it is Subway, okay, or underground station. So I take the bus to the subway, and then from the subway I drive to my school. And some people have it even more complicated with trams. Which, by the way, I love trams. Denmark, Copenhagen, where I was born, used to have trams, but they removed them, and now they regret it, since I think they're pretty cool. But soon they will add trams to the place where I live, so maybe it will be a bit easier, but we'll see. And anyway, the entire point of this video, maybe I wrote it in the title, I don't know, is I wonder what is the difference between this map and actual reality. So, like you can see, Wisła, or the Vistula River, as it is in English, it looks something like this, and I thought, that is pretty similar to the real river, like, geographically, from the satellite view, but I don't think it turns that much to the left. So I look at Google Maps. Wait, I'm gonna open it right here. I have to watch out for my address not to get leaked. Yeah, I think that's good enough. This is in satellite view, but it's like all realistic. Then I see, okay, it does kind of turn left, but it turns left all the time, so I thought that was pretty interesting. And anyway, my goal is to distort this map right here in such a way so that it is geographically accurate. And I have to start by saying I am not a Photoshop expert. I actually have to research how to do this before. So I will come back once I find out how to dwarf images in Photoshop.
One eternity later.
Oh, okay. I found a cool feature. So yeah, this is pretty much what I want to do, but like it has to have more detail because I want to like move tiny parts, but I'm sure I can change somewhere in the settings so I can do that. Okay, so I think, wait a second. Okay, so I think I want the background as like the real geography. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I need to find a picture of like geographically accurate Warsaw. And I think I'm just gonna take it from Google Maps. Right here. The layers is gonna be only terrain. How do I do that? Okay, I think I found the image I want to use. I have to take a screenshot of it that will be accurate. So let's see, how much of this should I go? It goes all the way to Radzymin. I think I have a friend actually who lives there. Where is the Radzymin? Okay, it goes from Radzymin, which is somewhere here. What? It's somewhere here. Oh, here. The map can't be this big. Okay, I think I'm just gonna like cut off the second zone and third zone. Yeah. Okay. It can't be too big. So let's take a screenshot this big. This should be big enough to satisfy my needs. Actually, maybe I will include Radzymin because... Okay, we know it goes all the way to Radzymin. Let's see what is the down left, so southwest. Never eat seaweed. Yeah, southwest. Where is my Photoshop? Here. The most southwest thing is Ustanówek. Ustanówek. I'm gonna Google Ustanówek real quick. Oh, okay, Ustanówek is like in the south. Oh, it's here, Ustanów. Ooh, that's quite a distance, okay. I think I can make it. So this is the amount I have to screenshot. From Radzymin up here to Ustanów. So something like this, maybe. Okay, let's go with this. I might change it later, I don't know. So let's go back to Photoshop. Over here. Paste it. Oh, that's the wrong picture. That's gonna be later for editing. Can I just copy paste it? Yes. Okay, let's do this. Just like that. The quality is actually really bad, but I don't think that matters that much since we want actually the background to be first. So wait a second, I have to bring another picture. I think this screenshot has to be a bit more to the right. Yeah, I'm gonna redo it real quick. I made a new picture. I prefer this one since it's like more symmetrical. I'm gonna delete this one. Yeah, look at it. It's like Warsaw is like more in the center. Control T to edit it. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, so this is our main base. By the way, the blue line is one line of subway and the red line is the newer second one. So that's like the only info we have on this map. Okay, my idea is to start off by editing it in such a way so the river, the Vistula River, fits the map. Okay, so let's do this. Let's change the opacity to... Oh, this is kind of confusing, but okay. Actually, this will be a bit too hard. We have to somehow mark the river so we can do it in an easier way. Let's try to draw. Where's blue? Can I draw a blue line? Okay, it doesn't matter. So the river goes here. Very nice. Perfect. Okay, that's good enough. I don't know how to change the color of this, but this... Oh, here, okay. Blue. Because the water is blue, like we all know. Oh, do I have to draw it all over again? I will do that then. Okay, I did that. Now let's try to dwarf this picture so it will suit our need. So we selected this one, edit, transform, warp, and here you can see the map, so let's try to move it. Okay. Oh my god, this is already changing a whole lot. The river will be like our main point. We have to somehow turn it at the end. How do we do more details? That's my question. This is not going well. Okay, let's see how it looks so far. Let's make the opacity higher. Okay, I think we have to do this all over again. I'm gonna do a bit of research on how to warp more professionally, and then I'm gonna be right back.
6 hours later.
Okay, so I did a bit of research, and let's try this again. So, edit, transform, warp, and the way this warp works, it uses this automatic grid up here, which we can change the settings of over here. And what I want to do is I want to choose how I warp it myself. So let's do that real quick. So let's once again lower the opacity. I think it should be, yeah, like this. It's enough to see the background. Wait, how much percent is this? 78, okay. Now, is it warping already? No, okay. Edit, transform, warp, and Control Alt to choose our own grid. So this is going to be really useful. Let's try selecting a river, like a crucial point. And let's just try to connect the turning points in IRL river with the map river and see what we get. Okay, so I think I got the general shape down. Now I'm just gonna work on the details, because as you can tell, it's very important here. Okay, this is pretty much it. Let's see how it looks. Raise the opacity. Beautiful. But I see a problem that because I warped it so much, in some places you can't see the river anymore. So I'm gonna fix that by replacing it with the same color river, same width maybe. Okay. We can use the dropper tool, I think it's called, to get the color. Perfect. And now let's redraw the river. Wait, actually, I would like this again. So we warped like the entire map, so it doesn't really matter that much. We warped it in such a way so it's geographically with the river. So now we're basically just redrawing what we did so it's a bit more clear. Okay, let's see how it looks. Opacity low, higher. Beautiful. Finally, a geographically accurate river in the Polish Warsaw transportation. But there is still very much wrong with this map. Like, for example, the metro lines are not accurate. So let's do the same exact thing, but actually before I'm gonna do that, let's transport this, because I don't want to work with the same like warping image, because that would be way too complicated and weird. So let's export this and then just work on this picture. Okay, so this is may look the same, but it's actually just a rendered image of the warp image. So now we can work with this really easily. So let's do the exact same thing like we did with the river, but with these blue and red metro lines. Let's go. Okay, so I immediately noticed a problem that anytime I move the metro system, it also moves the river, unless it's like pre-selected. So I just kind of improvised extremely. So let's see how it looks. Wait, I have to also move these. I'm sure it's beautiful. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. So now that we warped it, let's again try redrawing it. Or should we? You know what, fuck it. Let's just draw the, warp the red metro line as well. Edit, transform, warp, third time. So I can't even see the red. Oh, here it is, okay. As you can see, it's pretty much almost perfection by now. The metro is almost perfectly aligned. The lines are smooth and beautiful. Just really working on the details of the river right now. Let's see how it looks. So beautiful. So we're pretty much almost finished. Let's just connect the far zones so everything is absolutely perfect so they can start using this for real. So Radzymin, where is Radzymin on the map? So you can see Radzymin is like over here. I don't actually have to select it. And on the map it is up here. So it's almost the same, I just have to warp it a tiny bit. So let's do that real quick. Just warp it tiny bit to the right. Perfect. Down here there is Ustanowek, which is down here. Ustanów. I think that's the same place, I'm not sure actually. The river, let's really just correct the river real quick. A bit more grids have to be made. But that's the sacrifice you have to do. I think this is pretty much a finished map right now. So now you won't get confused when looking on... So now when you are in Warsaw and see a map of public transport, you will actually know the real satellite view of what you're looking at. During this process of video, what I truly learned is how confusing it is to do all this. I learned actually a bit of Photoshop. I didn't really know how to warp before. Now I know how to warp. I'm not sure how it will help me, unless I'll try to Photoshop myself to look skinnier. But that's pretty much it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, farewell, żegnam, and goodbye.